Of all the CDs in all the world, this is the one that randomly popped out. Fall Out Boy's second studio album, From Under the Cork Tree, came out in, I believe, 2005, is a very well crafted. Excuse me. Okay. Very well crafted, essentially a masterpiece in a way. There are some songs I don't like on it, but you ask people, hey, what's like a Fall Out Boy song that everybody knows, usually they're going to say Sugar We're Going Down or something. Or maybe something from American Beauty, American Psycho. I don't know. Fall Out Boy's kind of a weird subject currently because, oh my goodness, excuse me. Their new album Mania, which was going to come out in September, has now been pushed to January. So, it's a bit of a bummer. But hey, the tweet that he put out, that Patrick put out, while also being funny, made sense. It's not finished, and I want it to be finished. I feel like this is a good move for them because they pushed Young and Menacing Champion. I feel way too early. Um, 2 years for an album is a bit less than would be liked. Although, of course, Infinity to Foley was less than that, and that was still great. But still, Fall Out Boy has been around since 2000. Well, I think their first album was 2002, 2003. Not entirely sure. They've been around for a while. Let's just say that, okay? And From Under the Cork Tree was really their biggest success at the time. It's like double platinum or something. Just read the Wikipedia article on it. I forgot absolutely all of it. But the thing with Fall Out Boy is this was kind of the second stage in their first era. Because I feel like Fall Out Boy kind of operates under that kind of thing. Like the first two albums were very similar. The next two were kind of similar. The next two, and then so on and so forth. Except for we don't have two more. We're only getting one at this point. But to further clarify, Take This to Your Grave and From Under the Cork Tree are similar. From Under the Cork Tree is basically just like a much better Take This to Your Grave, but the style is roughly the same. Then you got Infinity on High and Folie à Deux, which Folie à Deux is essentially a better version of Infinity on High. Or not even really necessarily better, but they do share a lot of the same styles and musical stuff. Say Rock and Roll, American Beauty, American Psycho, very similar in their regards, as they are the most popish ones out of all of them. And who knows what we'll get next? Mania, and maybe we'll get some other one 2021. Who knows, okay? And maybe it'll be similar to Mania. But at the rate they're going, that would make sense. Because it's what they've done so far. There's 6 albums that they have, and it can be grouped into 2. So From Under the Cork Tree is the masterful Take This to Your Grave style album that they have. Obviously, Sugar We're Going Down, Dance Dance, and little. Oh my goodness. A Little Less 16 Candles, a little more Touch Me being the biggest ones on here. But hey, there's still so much more good things to be found on this album. Like, say, almost all of it. I really like the second half more than I like the first half. I say half loosely because there's 13 tracks. I'm talking about... Goodness, it's dark. You know what? I'm going to fix that. That's much better. It is much better. Half. I'm talking about this half right here on the track listing, which starts at track 8, Sophomore, Slump, Comeback of the Year. From then on, I feel it really shines. Specifically with track 10, 12, and 13, that's I Slept With Someone in Fall Out Boy and All I Got Was a Stupid Song Written About Me, Get Busy Living or Get Busy Dying, and XO, which are my favorite songs on this album. I was listening to it through, and track 5 came on, Nobody Puts Baby in the Corner, and I remembered, yeah, I don't really like this one that much. But almost everything else on the first side is pretty good. but Nobody Puts Baby in the Corner, I've Got a Dark Alley and a Bad Idea That Says You Should Shut Your Mouth, and 7 Minutes in Heaven don't really ring out for me. They don't really stand out as anything I'd want to come back to listen to, but something I'd tolerate coming back to listen to occasionally. So I feel like the album suffers from that a little bit, is that those three songs kind of sound really along the same. And of all the gin joints in all the world, too, as well, somewhat in that camp. But Alari made us change the name of the song so he wouldn't get sued. Dance Dance, Sugar We're Going Down, and the ones I mentioned before, all in the last half, all kind of really do stand out for me as something I'd want to go back to listen to. And even Sugar We're Going Down, not so much, just because it is like their biggest hit. You know, like everyone knows that song, even if you don't know Fall Out Boy, kind of thing. But I mean, yeah. Also, apparently, the front cover is a reference to a car crash they had that I didn't know about, which was interesting to learn. But, yeah. I feel like what this album does great that maybe some of the other Fall Out Boy stuff doesn't maybe do is it has authenticity to it. It feels like, even though a lot of songs sound the same, they kind of like, they really fit together, and it really feels like they were trying their best here. Not that they weren't trying their best on any of the other ones, obviously, but like, no, it was just a pure, thing, like, they were just making music and it was a fun time. It sounded like they were having a lot of fun on the record. And then, and more so the fit together thing. A lot of the songs really do fit together on this one, more so than any of the other albums, I feel like. Because Infinity on High has, varying different styles and whatnot. You have Thriller and whatnot, and Golden even. And this one just kind of the same sound throughout. And I feel like they pulled that off relatively well, as opposed to some other bands who would do that exact same thing and not pull it off because it would sound too samey. But Fall Out Boy, I feel like they definitely knew what they were doing here, more so than Take This to Your Grave. A little less than Infinity, and maybe a little bit less than Foley. But I will say one thing about this CD. If I can get this thing open, I love the lyric booklet, because you see it's all like, well, I already opened it, so it's kind of redundant now, but you got that, and there's like that, but then you fold up and it's like sideways. That's the wrong side. And it's got all this stuff, and that's an amazing O. I really like this. I can't read any of it, but it's cool. You got the pictures on the back here. But no, it's something else entirely, really. Kind of like the Black Parade lyric booklet, which also was pretty cool. Oops. There are 2 bonus tracks on this thing that I have heard. I think there's like another one that was like a demo that I don't think I have heard yet. Stop scratching the window. Please. Thank you. Katie. Snitches and Talkers Get Stitches and Walkers, and Music or the Misery. Heard both of those. Those songs are excellent, I will say. I didn't listen to those today in preparation for this, just because I feel like this was more of an album to not include the bonus tracks. Just for some reason. I don't know why I thought that, but what else can really be said? I feel like Champagne for My Real Friends, Real Pain for My Sham Friends kind of fits along the lines of Nobody Puts Baby in the Corner, of a song that I don't listen to that often, but would tolerate listening to. But like everything else, and even the 16 Candles one, maybe fits into that. But everything else, I mean, I love it. I love it a lot. I also want to say the naming on all these is insane. In the description, be prepared to see a lot of words, because my goodness. Fall Out Boy still, I believe, holds the title for a band, at least that I know, that has the longest song title, like, when you type it out. Even beating out There's a Good Reason These Tables Are Numbered. Because of that stupid parentheses. But that's also a great song. I love the part when he's like screaming it and it's awesome. He really put a lot of heart into that song, that's for sure. There was one song, oh my goodness, I can't even remember which song it was. I don't know. There was one song that the bridge was really good, but I think that's like a lot of them too. So, anyway, I guess that's it for this, huh? Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess I had a little less to talk about than I thought I would. I thought this was going to be even longer than the Demon Days review, but no. So, Fall Out Boy from Under the Cork Tree. Oops. I give it 7.5 out of 10. Because, like I said, there's a bunch of songs on here that I don't know, I might not listen to all the time. Nobody Puts Baby in the Corner is my least favorite Fall Out Boy song. I think, anyway. But, yeah. This is what it is. Lots of chords on the ground. And, yeah. I totally forgot I was supposed to record a video today. So I was a little bit unprepared for this. Because I went in a recording studio on Thursday, then when I got back, it just started dumping rain, so I couldn't do anything then. And I was like, hey, let's see you on Monday. And I totally forgot about Saturday, so, yeah. It's kind of easy to forget about doing videos on Saturdays, because I have work on Saturdays. But, hey, whatever, it's fine. I guess that's it for the review. I don't understand this camera. Oh my cat, stop it. So anyway, I will see you soon on Monday when I'm doing another thing. I might even do a rant. Who knows? Who knows at this point? So yeah. See ya.